Hey guys, it's John. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing another countdown. And today I'm counting down top 10 of Phineas and Ferb's inventions. Since you guys seen the show Phineas and Ferb, it's like where they're brothers, well, stepbrothers because they're from different families, and they really enjoy is building things to have fun. And even they have an older sister named Candace who always want to buzz to them doing craziness. And even like since they have an IQ of learning engineering and other cool stuff. So there are 10 of these 10 of these inventions that is really interesting that I chose, and at the end I will tell you guys which one I really like that is most of it. So let's get to it. Number 10 is the time machine. If you guys don't remember my last video where I did talk to you guys about why is it bad to alter timeline, so that's the time machine. So if you guys don't remember, like that's like what I just said before, it was in the episode of It's About Time where they saw a time machine that was vintage back in the years, and that's where Phineas and Ferb built the time machine so they can see everything when they traveled, see the dinosaurs. And like I said from the other episode of something with quantum, that's where they meet future Candace. And just like I said before, altering time is bad, so it looks like a good one, but I'm not sure if I would use it again because it's very bad to touch time. Number 9, and I've seen this, the rocket from Out to Launch. And it's about like where Phineas and Ferb want to see most of stars around in space, and that's how they build the rocket. Well, not just one, but 2 rockets, and they even also build a shed for Isabella and her friends. But it's not just a small one. But when you open it, it's like a huge room, and I just never expected that. Even like since Candace got into the first rocket with Perry, and then Phineas and Ferb took over another rocket, but it was just pink. And that's like where everybody asks what happened to Perry, because Perry went on a mission in space where Doofenshmirtz got into space with a big robot that he built. And even everybody asks like, how did he even get into space in the first place? Maybe he just built it or something. And even the reason why he doesn't want to show everybody how it is with shadow figures and stuff ever since his previous rival who has big arms and stuff. And that's how like where Phineas and Ferb saved Candace, and really enjoyed how it is in the rockets and stuff. And they were trying to get the rocket with battery, and they had was their mom's car to rewire it again, and they finally got back. And even Candace was going to show her, but then she was moving the car back. But even like the rocket plus the shed flew away. But even they had a good experience in space. But I'm not sure if I'd go there because it's really hard to become an astronaut. Number 8, portal to Mars. Now, here's something strange because in one episode, in 2 parts, this was before and during the science convention. If you don't know this episode, this is like where Phineas and Ferb were helping Baljeet for this science convention competition, and he was trying to make this invention called Portal to Mars, where it would go, it opens a portal and go to Mars into space. And then he wanted to show this to his professor, but he said like with that it would give him an A minus. Now Baljeet is from a different tradition family because they want to get A plus plus. It's like they want to get a very good straight A's. I mean, A minus is not that bad. I mean, there's a lot of people who always get A's and B's, but everybody always to do is it's hard work and dedication. And even just like I've seen before and after. This is like in the second part, that's where they did the before of the portal to Mars. That's like where Candace had to go there because due to like her friends were absent due to their responsibilities and stuff, she went to the portal to Mars to see how it is, and even how Phineas and Ferb gets to find her. And one thing I never expected, Ferb learns how to talk to aliens. And it's kind of crazy, like who would ever learn how to talk to aliens? Because it's kind of crazy comparing like Dr. Dolittle and stuff. And after that and everything, they got Candace back to Mars. And even on the next day, when they were at the science convention competition. It's like where Baljeet showed his teacher, and it did really work, and he was impressed and gave it an A++. And he was going to show it to the judges, but even like the judges didn't believe it because it was because that Doofenshmirtz unplugged the portal to think like it was broken or something. And that's how the professor did. He uses one of those other plugins, and then boom, out of nowhere was going out of control, and that's where Doofenshmirtz went into the science fair. The reason why he wants to compete because every time he's trying to do other places, he always getting beaten by a big and solar volcano project. I mean, it's just old school. But even like, it was a very good one, Portal to Mars. But I'm not sure I would go there. And like I said, aliens, not so good. Number 7, ATV, also known as the all-terrain vehicle. Now, most of you always see in real life or all-terrain vehicle, it's like those little motorcycle bikes. You go through dirt and water. It's just like everything. And even it does cost a lot of money, like around $5,000 to $7,000. But if you get a used one, somewhere like at least $3,000. But on the episode, this is no just ordinary all-terrain vehicle. Or Phineas and Ferb use it for anything, not just dirt, water, and snow. They also do like so many things, climb up and down, all other things, including the rocket. And that's like where they did have a good time. And even like how Candace wanted to ask like, why is there no steering wheel? Because they were too young to drive, so they used as a remote control. And then Candace was supposed to tell her mom about it, but even like couldn't buy it because she thinks like she was driving a vehicle without adult supervision. But she told like it was a remote control, and they say it was a toy car, and even such a full-size vehicle. And even they say she was grounded, and now she didn't see the all-terrain vehicle, so they just went into space. But we don't know what happened to it right now, because either it was gone somewhere or even like someone just took it. But that's gonna be another mystery for another time. Number 6, a giant bowling ball. Now, if you guys don't remember in this episode, it's like where Baljeet and was telling Phineas and Ferb all about like Guinness World Record things. Now, I've seen a lot of Guinness World Records, like not just big stuff, but other crazy stuff that everybody gets Guinness World Record about. And that's like where Phineas and Ferb had the idea is build a giant bowling ball, but they decided to like open the ball, and it's like where they go inside and control it using like this little ball where you can move and everything. And that's like where Candace think like she had the idea to bust them is go to the bowling alley where her parents is at, so she can bust her brothers. But one thing that Phineas told her, never touch the gyro stabilizer because she will get dizzy inside the bowling ball. But even like she was almost to the location, but even she got hit through the car, and the bowling ball was going rolling and rolling, and it was going all over town. And even that little ball accidentally pushed the gyro stabilizer, and she was going out of control. And then she would just throw the whole big huge giant robot penguins. If you guys don't know, that's like where Doofenshmirtz was using the penguins to turn the whole city into ice and selling hot chocolate. But that's where Perry stopped him, since the bowling ball was there, and boom. Even since the bowling ball was destroyed, Candace get to be with Jeremy, and Jeremy helped her conquer her fears. And even since Phineas and Ferb were some Guinness record certificates. But even, I'm not good at bowling ball. Number 5, robots, other known as robots. In this episode, it's like where Phineas and Ferb always have so many ideas to build, but even since summer's about to be over, they had this idea was they want to build robots of themselves, Finadroids and Furbots. And that's where Candace thought like there were so many of them. And even like since they did very good with their robots and everything, but even they went out of control so much with too many robots. And they had the idea was to stop them is pushing the dancing so they can start dancing. And even the part like, how did they even how did the robots get away? Well, it's like where Perry was trying to stop Doofenshmirtz. Well, it was no evil plan. He's just trying to get a big magnet to delete messages from his girlfriend. And he was gonna drop Perry the magnet, but Santa came and he said that doesn't make sense. It's the middle of July, and that's like he was going through the summer, and that's where Santa brought the whole robots on the magnet. And that's how it is. And even like in the credits, they did make a robot of Candace, and then she went to the panic room. Even the robot came with her. It's kind of crazy, but I'm not sure we can do that because like people were using the AI robots, but I'm not sure if that's going to be good or not right now with the robots. Number 4, shrinking machine. Now in this episode it's called Hide and Seek, and it was a rainy day, and Phineas and Ferb meet was Irving, and that's where he started his debut. He's like this nerdy guy who was a fan of Phineas and Ferb with so many inventions and stuff, and they had this invention idea was turning small, like they want to see it exploring the whole thing small where everything is big. That's how they built that. And even like they enjoyed it and they wanted to get back, but then like Candace took the machine and then she touched it, and then she was chased by a bunch of creatures, and even Isabella's dog. Even they found was this little bug robot that Doofenshmirtz uses to control anywhere what happens. And even like they had to self-destruct, and that's how the shrinking machine destroyed it after Candace and the others went back to their regular size. So I mean being small can be fun, but you gotta be back to your normal size when you have other responsibilities. But that's how it is. But I'm not sure if I would pick that one because it's kind of crazy. Number 3, X-ray vision glasses. Now in the episode, this is like where Phineas and Ferb were these X-ray vision glasses from a comic book, and when they checked, it was kind of broken, and then they took a look, it doesn't work on it. So they had the idea is using carrots to make it with good X-ray vision, and they use it from a sink. They did it from lunch boxes. They did it from all the other locations, and I mean that looks kind of good. But even since the glasses were taken by this rabbit out of nowhere, and I think that's a good idea to use that, but don't use it too much because sometimes they might find out. But if you find some good ideas that are solving, that's a good thing. Number 2, the cheetah shoes. Now, in this episode, this is where Phineas and Ferb decided to build were some cheetah shoes so they can go fast. Now, Candace was supposed to use that, but she had 2 events she has to go to, but due to like so much complications, because like one, she was invited to Jeremy's family reunion, but she also had to go to this day with her mom to do volunteering to read kids at the library. So that's where she got one of the cheetah shoes to go fast, going back and forth. And even at the end, when the cheetah shoes goes out of control, she did pick was one woman from when Doofenshmirtz was doing some investments and stuff, and then when she came back to the reunion. Now here's another thing before I get to that. Now there were 2 family members that don't like Candace. Like one, Jeremy's sister Susie, because she was like she has a bad side of herself because she just gets so jealous that she doesn't want Jeremy to date Candace. And even Jeremy's grandma, who appeared from the roller derby episode, because due to like Candace's grandma and Jeremy's were rivals from the roller derby, and it is kind of crazy. But even after they brought the woman, Jeremy's grandma recognized her because from the mark, it was a lost family member they had never had in a long time, and she congratulated Candace to find the missing family member. She did get along, but even like Susie's still in a dark side But I think that was a good idea to make cheetah shoes. And now, the only one that I have seen since the original and the musical, number 1, the coolest coaster ever. This was the original first build from the series of Phineas and Ferb, where they wanted to build a roller coaster because last summer when they went to one of those roller coasters, it wasn't even exciting at all. It was just too kiddie and stuff. And that's like where Phineas and Ferb built the whole thing, and everybody really enjoys it with thrilling and everything. And even like Candace is supposed to buzz them, like they have the whole roller coaster scene. But even since the helicopter with the magnet brought out of there, so like Candace saw it was gone. And even like when the roller coaster cart got out of the tracks, they got through the plane, all through cities, even through space, and they made it into house just in time before Candace buzzed them. And that's how it is. And they did do that in the musical, but with more singing and everything. That was an amazing invention so far. But let me tell you, out of all the 10 inventions that I told you guys, the best one I like so far are the cheetah shoes. So the reason why I choose that, because it would go very fast to go to one place to another. But even like I would use that if I go to work, I would get there fast before everybody gets here, because it's like everybody wants to do that because they want to go very fast to get to work early or on time, only when you're running late. So that's a good one to use. Those cheetah shoes are my pick at the end. So there you have it, guys, all 10 inventions of Phineas and Ferb. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you miss any videos, go hit on the notification bell and give me a thumbs up if you love this video. And you can comment down below if you guys want to see some new videos. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.